Hey, what's up? This is your girl Dizzy, and this is with Dizzy Disclaimers for episode 6 of What You Got to Say. So, of course, today we're talking about protesting and the right to protest. First Amendment rights allow you to protest, allow you to assemble, and so on and so forth, which we started out talking about that. However, you know, one of our panel members, while we were discussing this, shined a really big light on mental health and mental wellness for people throughout this process. So we started talking about that. So if we go off on a little bit tangent, please excuse us. We're all ADHD in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I believe that's still tied into the right to protest and where we're going in that direction. So enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Dizzy, and welcome to episode 6 of What You Got to Say. Got my crazy co-host in the building. What's up, cool Candace?
What up? It's time to chop it up.
All right, what's up, Mr. Tyrone Greggory?
Hey, I'm ready for war. Let's get it.
That's right, that's right. And what's up, Mr. Cabana Black, love over hate?
Hey, I'm that dude.
All right, and Miss Kela Mahogany.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. All right, so the topic of discussion today is kneeling peacefully versus assault rifles. Which is more American? So what we're going to really talk about today is, oh my gosh, the vast amount of protesting over attempting to keep people healthy in this country. People don't want to stay healthy. They want to be able to go out and do their thing. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm all about protesting, but I find it really funny, the difference in responses that we are seeing in response to this protesting. So would anybody like to start this conversation?
Woo, look, first point. If you look at the race factor, because it's always the elephant in the room, the people that are storming the Capitol right now in different states that are protesting their right to work and their right to fend for their families and their right to do what they want to do, because the government shouldn't be able to tell me what to do in my life. They're armed, mostly white men and women, and a lot of them don't have masks on. Some of them do, oddly, but you think the government is, you know, this is all a ploy and it's fake news, so why are you wearing a mask? And why are you out here, you know, storming the Capitol, basically? Right. But you have our brother Colin Kaepernick, who decided to, you know, silently protest against the racial injustices that were happening to people of color, and he did it silently. He didn't carry around a gun. He didn't storm anybody's Capitol. He just sat down. Mm-hmm. And after speaking with a veteran, they did come to a consensus that, you know, sitting during the national anthem wasn't the best way. And they said that, you know, you should try kneeling instead, because when we have a fallen brother on the battlefield, or, you know, at the funeral, we're posting the colors, you know, the guys, they kneel, right, and they present the family with the flag. So it was like, kneel instead for all your fallen brothers and sisters. Cool, got it. I will kneel from now on. And that's what he did, silently. Correct. He didn't make a big hoopla and rant and rave and walk around toting his AK-47 and walking around with his M16. No, he did this silently. So I can't ride in my car and reach for my driver's license and registration that this officer told me to look for without getting shot. But you, because you don't look like me, can walk into the Capitol with an M16 completely covered up because I'm a real American. Oh, okay.
Right. Oh, because they don't pose a threat. That's why. They don't pose a threat. See, we, period, point blank, we pose the threat.
Told me to get? Oh, okay. Tell me more.
Now think about this. I'm scared. I'm scared when I get pulled over because I am a concealed carry holder. So I always got something on me. So like, and then I got a lead foot, so I be scared for real, because I'm like, I don't want to get a ticket. I don't want to get pulled over. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. Right. But then, like, police can get behind me. I'm in a cold sweat because I'm like, oh man, they about to pull me over. And I don't even keep I don't even keep my wallet in my pocket when I drive. My license is already out. My registration's already out. It's already sitting where I can literally, you can see my hands when I grab it. I don't need no problems. But yeah, that's why it's so easy for them, because like you said, they look like real Americans. They don't pose a threat. We pose a threat just because, I mean, it's power in your melanin. I'm sorry, but it is.
Right. Agreed. What about you, Kela?
Goodness. I mean, I don't even have my thoughts collected about this, because I'm still shocked by the things that I was reading this morning that are going on in New York, where there is just a stark difference between the people who are out right now not adhering to the social distancing rules in the West End, and the people who are just walking around and doing the same thing in other parts of the city, but they're not white. And so they are getting beat up and handcuffed, arrested and everything. But then over here in the West End, you see, they just enjoying the sun out, no mask,
Wow.
no, nothing like that. And it's like, just, I'm trying to take it all in, because I don't understand, what are the rules? Why is it that if I have a mask on, and another thing that was going around on the internet, if I have a mask on, I need to tip my mask so that you can see that I'm not a threat.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'm ready for war.
What are they trying to say, though? Just make sure that you tip your mask so people cannot take you as a threat. I'm not doing that. Just because I look like this, I don't have to go the extra mile so that you need to feel comfortable. Like, and so that's what's really going on in my mind right now. How is this happening? Why is this still happening right now today?
Because you would think that so we all know, let's be real, racism is real. We know racial disparity is real. We know that is a real concept. You would think we are in the middle of a damn pandemic. Why do you still have time to come up with ways to separate us?
Yes.
And it's crazy because, again, we are in the middle of a damn pandemic. If we both get sneezed in the face, we both getting sick, we both have the opportunity to die.
Yes.
Why would you find something else to separate us? It baffles me. So I've seen so far, there have been, I'm sorry, I forgot my words. Protests in California. So that's where you are, Kela. I've seen them be in North Carolina and Michigan and Pennsylvania and Idaho with this "I have the right." And I mean, I agree. You got the right to do whatever it is you want to do. But what you don't get to do is when your rights infringe on my rights. And so I don't think that people going out and opening these, going to their stores. I mean, they want to go for what we said last week, a burger.
Yeah.
You're mad because you can't go sit in a restaurant and eat a cheeseburger with your family.
Get a haircut.
You can't get a haircut. You can't get your nails done. It's crazy. And so to watch, the one that hit me the hardest was Michigan. Because they showed these people on the Capitol steps with the assault rifles pushing their way into the Capitol. Cops are right there with their masks on trying to protect the citizens, But the kicker of it all is that the politicians who went to work that day wore bulletproof vests. You came to work with a bulletproof vest on because you already knew these jackasses was coming.
You knew
with assault rifles. And to me, that's kind of a form of acceptance. Well, have the right to carry these guns, so I might as well wear my vest so I'm not shot. What is that?
I don't think, I kind of agree and disagree. I don't think they're going to work necessarily to condone what is going on, but they have to go to work. People in politics, any show you've seen, they have to go. If political figures don't go to work, then decisions cannot be made. So some people, just like they say the nurses and doctors and medical staff is on the front lines,
Right.
Our politicians are on the front lines too. There are so many layers to this. And I keep saying, like my dad always says, son, remember this one thing. You are always Black and you will live. I stay in the house. Everybody know this. I had to go out yesterday. Went to Rose's. They are understaffed. We get in there. They say we only have 30 minutes. Everybody moves to the front. It is only one line. And it's like 60 people. My anxiety goes into overdrive because people start cussing, getting mad, and I'm deciding, do you put your stuff down now and leave? Because you have to have wisdom. And I'll say this, going beyond just our white brothers and sisters, I've always said the purge is going to start because of mothers and fathers worrying about their kids, worrying about their spouses, and losing their sensibilities and going like, I gotta make sure I take care of my family.
I agree.
Went past and saw people at Popeyes. There were cars out in the street, not just in the parking lot, but cars now sitting outside on the street where people drive and not moving as if it was dire need to go to Popeyes. There were people inside the restaurant eating. So people are just not accepting the new world. They don't want to accept that this is not going to be, we're not going back to the same thing. And so I think it's imperative for everybody to start to accept that this is not going to go the way we want and that the world is not going to be the same. Because if we don't accept it, I promise you, I'm going to say it right now on this feed, at the end of June, all hell is going to break loose. I mean, literally, because your money's going to be run out. The parents with kids are going to be losing it. All ideas are going to go out the window because Facebook already announced that they're going to add more ways for online. That's not the key. We have to accept and try to figure out different ways. And that whole doctor thing, that's necessary. We already knew. You can't find a cure unless you go study. So I just, and then on top of that, I sent the video about the leadership from Africa. I'm blown away seeing videos in China of them beating us up. They showed a man, they roped him and dragged him by his feet, kicking him. They are going after every Black person. And I always say this, Black is so beautiful that when it's something that we can look like it's our fault, which they always make it our fault, they don't just go halfway, they go all the way. I mean, literally destroying us. So Africa, the leaders in Africa said because of the wealth that is provided to China, they're about to stop all support. And that is the key. Like, we have to start recognizing that we need each other, because if we don't recognize that, it's going to be terrible.
I agree.
I totally agree, because when you said things are not going to go back to the way they were before, that's totally understandable. And every one of us should take heed to that, because think about it. Where we are right now, had anyone told us this is where we were going to be exactly 1 year ago from today, we would have been like, nah, y'all lying.
Right.
What you think? Pandemic gonna take over the whole world and I'm gonna get to stay at home for 2 months for free. What? For real? Nah. Think about it. Okay, prime example, September 11th.
Wow.
One of like worst days to America. Like that shit was bad. Horrible. Think of everything that happened and that transpired after that day. Has America gone back to what it was before?
No.
No. Look at how you have to go through the airport, just for starters.
Right.
So look at everything that's going on right now. it's not going to go back to what it was before. There's no way that it possibly can. Everything has to change. Something simple as that 2 o'clock meeting that you were supposed to be having at work every Monday or every Tuesday and Thursday. Y'all can have that meeting online. You ain't got to show up to the office for that shit. It's not necessary for me to see your body around this round table in the office. No,
Right.
we can have a Zoom meeting. We can get on Google Classroom, or we can get on Facebook Messenger, and we can all have our own little interactions. Everybody got their notebook. Everybody's taking notes. Fill out your little Excel spreadsheet and send me an email. All right, meeting's adjourned. Y'all have a good day. Very simple, but one is I'm not going to say everyone. I would say the powers that be and the folks that are in charge of a lot of these major corporations and major companies are the ones that are like, okay, Congress, y'all need to figure out a way to get these people back to work because y'all costing me money. And if you cost me money, that means I can't pay you money. So this circle that everything is looped into, big corporations want their money. They need their workers to go to work so that they can earn them money, and then in turn, they'll be able to pay their taxes and pay these lobbyists and all these businesses and everybody else. It's a big old circle. So,
right.
Everything.
So do you guys feel, or what's your input on this? So to me, obviously, it takes money and mass amounts of coordination to do protests. It takes money and it takes coordination. So do you guys feel that the big businesses and corporations are the backers for these organizations going out and protesting and saying, open it back up? Because, yeah, I'm going to do that before I say my because. Do you feel it's coming from the businesses, or do you feel it's coming truly from the hearts of the people?
I think it's being not forced, nudged by them. Because you got a lot of those companies, like let's say Hobby Lobby, for instance, that said they're not going to pay their workers sick leave, and they're not going to give them any extra funds. They were trying to pass that national sick leave for everyone to make sure that if you have this type of job, you need to be able to have sick leave so that you can take care of yourself. Even if it's something simple, you need to go to the doctor, take 2 hours and go to the doctor and come back to work. That's fine, but you have some companies and corporations that weren't doing that didn't want to give their employees anything extra than what they were already physically in the building earning on those days. So I don't think they are telling, hey, you need to go talk to your congressmen, and you need to go talk to your representatives, your council representatives, and tell them that you want to go back to work. No, I don't think they're telling them like that, but it's like, hey, if y'all don't come back to work, I can't pay you. And if I can't pay you, that means you can't feed your family. So the choice is yours.
Okay. What about
I believe that it's kind of both. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kela.
No. Go ahead, Tyrone.
I believe it's kind of both, because I think that not only is it like the big business owners, but it's the investors as well that are kind of like silent partner, but we're going to start a little uproar. We're going to pay these people to go out here and start an uproar so that way we can open back up and be able to do what we want to do to make our money. Like I think that they're part of that problem when it comes to these protests.
Okay.
I think some people just really feel like it's their right to do what they want to do, and that the government shouldn't tell them what to do. And so maybe it is the corporations. A part of me feels like the corporations know a lot more than we do as far as what this virus is doing and what the government is doing to protect us from the virus. And so I think, yes, they're trying to make money, but they are also trying to figure out what they're going to do with their business in the future. I think it's a political thing, and why people are out there, and that's probably where the drive is coming from. That's where the information is coming from. Like, no, go out there, speak your piece. If you want to, be out in the streets, if you want to get your hair cut, the government shouldn't be able to tell you what you should be able to do and all this stuff. Even during the pandemic, I think those are the voices that are saying go out there and protest, more of like on the political side.
Okay. So my question then is, they want to be able to go back outside. You want to go outside. You want to be, you want to protest, you want to protest. This is my right. I want to go back out, open it back up. To do what exactly? To do what? Because the acknowledgement is there. I mean, even if they have, you know, their little idea that it's not a real virus or whatever the case may be, the deaths are there. There's something going on, whether they want to call it COVID-19 or not, but you want people to open up. So let's just say nationwide, everyone opens up. All right, this is what y'all wanted. Let's open up. Mm-hmm. In turn, these same individuals are going to be fussing in about 30 to 60 days because there's no plan. You want us to let you go out there and now you're sick. What exactly do you want me to do for you now as the government? Yeah. Because I tried to tell you stay in the house. You don't want to stay in the house. Yeah. So I open up the gates and let you go out and get sick. Then what? Are you coming for me as the government now because now you're sick and now you need health care and now you need, you know, medication and now you really can't go back to work. You really can't go get that burger. You really can't go get your nails done now because now you're sick as hell. Yeah. So it's kind of like that, hurry up, I want to go. And then you're out there and there's no plan. I don't want to be rushed out anywhere. I got to go to work because I got to go to work. But I'm really not, I'm not trying to go nowhere that I don't normally go, like on a regular. I don't want to go to a different grocery store than the one I normally go to. There's only two I'll go to. If there's anything I got to get from Walmart, it's going to stay. I'm not going to Walmart. If I can't get it online, I don't need it right now. You know, and I think that's the mentality of the future, like Candace just said. How am I going to function at this point, not being able to move like I want to move right now? Do I think that we're going to have to come into a new normal? Definitely. What that looks like, have no idea. Just like we didn't know we were going to get after 9/11, like Candace said. But I know there's going to be something different. You know, it may look like, you know, Korea. Like everybody's running around with masks anyway. Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm. You know, I can see that the mask thing is, it may not be mandatory later, but it's not mandatory in Korea either. People just realize the pollution's real bad here. We might want to wear a mask. Yeah. Some people do, some people don't. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what are you rushing to?
But that's because you have to understand the key word is freedom. See, we're ignoring something. You know, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. Just like, you know, Dizzy, I always ask the question, why did you pick this month? Research shows that in this month, mental health is on a high. Mother's Day is during this month. Now, anybody know me, I've lost my mother, and Dizzy knows it has taken years, and I'm still struggling with loss. A lot of times, freedom is what people want. They're doing this because they want to feel free. They want to feel like they have some control of their lives. And I really issue a challenge out to mental facilities because they're really, you know, they're going to get mad when I say this. Stop doing things halfway. Mm-hmm. Do it all the way. Meaning like the problem is a mental health issue. The reason why conditions are happening and people are going crazy because most people like ourselves don't have an understanding or a balance or a willingness not to be selfish or an entitlement where we're not going to just put other people's lives in danger. We're respecting the environment. A lot of people are on hustle and survival mode, and we need our mental health professionals, and we need our creatives to create things to deal with people's mindset. A lot of those people that are out there protesting, they don't understand that protesting is not supposed to be a negative thing. It is supposed to be a positive thing for change. Protest is an action for change in a positive light. where things are negative. So we need people to get out there and figure out ways. Like right now, I decided to wear my love over hate, because love over hate is great. That is my protest. I ain't saying one word, but somebody's going to look at it. It is a choice. And I think that we have to really start dealing with our mindset instead of dealing what we see right off the bat. And I get concerned because that's where I think my problem is that the explosion is not going to happen just because people are out here doing what they think is right. It's because people don't understand fully what is right. And that's why the show, I think everything that we're doing is so great, is because we're starting to feed people that need a solution. People are trying to find an answer, and the only answer that they're thinking about is, well, if I can't get the answer, I'm going to force it by guns and cursing and acting crazy. And then IG and all these social media, what they do is they begin to glamorize it. And so people clone it and they repeat it. I see so many people doing positive things and nobody pushed the repeat button. Nobody pushes repost. Nobody shares it. It's like almost the right thing is being buried and the negative thing is being lifted. We have to change the narrative of what is going on and stop supporting all these visuals and approaches to the answer that are negative and give visuals and answers that are positive. And I really, really do believe that. I do honestly think that when we mentally are right and spiritually are right and emotionally are right, we are physically wonderful.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Follow me if you will. Now, going back to what Dizzy said and what Cabana just said, my comedic brain really just thought of this, though. Now, Dizzy, you said, for what? What the fuck y'all going out here for? For what? Yeah, we're going to open it up, we're going to give it to you. That's the government talking to the people, right? It's kind of like a parent talking to your kid.
Yes.
Don't go the fuck outside. I want to go outside. I want to go outside. No, don't go outside. Okay, if you're going to go, put your hat and your gloves on so you don't get sick. But then they go out and they don't wear it. Then they come back in and they sick. Mama, Daddy, I'm sick. I'm sick. What am I do? What am I do? Right? Nothing. Sit your ass down. I told you not to go out there. You went. Now what you want me to do? And then like Cabana said, when it comes to how everything's going, like the IG and the Facebook and all this stuff, right? Those are your instigating ass friends of your kids. They want to blow the shit up. They want to blow it up. They want to glamorize it. Oh, your mama said you can't go outside. You know what I'm saying? And they want to pass around. Hey, you know Greg can't go outside. You know Tyrone can't go out there, right? But we out here. I ain't got my mask on. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's
right.
Everything is like antagonizing instead of being proactive to fix. It's everything antagonizing the problem. But at the same time, it's like, for real, our government really don't know what the hell to do. They don't. They're in just as bad shape as the public. And I don't think people are paying attention to that.
Super fact.
Yeah, I agree. So, and I agree with that, Tyra. I love that analogy because as Cabana was saying it, I was like, this sounds like me talking to my toddler, my child right now. Don't touch the stove. Don't, hey, that's hot. Don't touch the stove. That's the government. Hey, that's COVID. Put your mask on. Hey,
right.
What I say? Didn't you hear me say that's COVID? Put your mask on. The minute you cough, oh no, don't cough now. I don't have nothing. I don't have no Benadryl. I don't have no Benadryl. I don't have no Claritin. I don't have no Robitussin. I don't have no that. I don't have nothing for you. But guess what? But the cost in this situation is you could die. Not just you could die, you could kill one of my family members. Quick example, and this is not, it didn't result in a death, but North Carolina has this organization, can't remember the name of it, but at any rate, it's an anti-COVID-19 keeping me in the house project. That's what it is in general. So the ringleader of the whole deal. So her name is Ashley Smith. And so like they've done a couple of protests over the past couple of weeks. You know, hey, we want to come out the house. We want to come out the house. So last week they did a protest and Ashley was nowhere to be found. They was like, yo, where's Ashley? You know, Ashley, this our ringleader. They didn't protest anyway. They went ahead and protested. I'd be damned if Ashley Smith don't have COVID-19. And she was like, I chose due to the, what was it? I chose due to the suggestion of my healthcare professional to self-quarantine myself in the house. Ma'am.
Wow.
Ma'am. Your ass been running around outside with them kids, Tyrone, with them kids, but you've been outside among all of these people protesting with no mask, and you've caught it now. Yeah. And so you decided then to separate yourself from the people who are protesting? Why? Get your ass out there. Go out there and stand with your people. Go stand with your people.
They not gonna stand with her once she come back though.
Why not? She already got it.
Yeah, but they don't. They'll be like, nah. They'll be like, nah, bitch. You said we can't catch it, and your ass got it. Yeah. They gonna be like, hell nah, you out the group.
Right.
He-Man Woman Hair Club. We not part of this with you.
He-Man Woman Hair.
Oh, y'all don't remember Little Rascals?
The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Oh, that's what he said. But you know what I'm saying?
I can't say nothing about her, but like I'm not wishing anything on anyone. But the irony of this is hilarious to me. Like, baby, Darwinism at its finest. I love it.
Right.
Look,
so then my thing is, what you
worry about me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I said, if you take yourself out, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm okay with staying home. I'm all right.
Right. So then if you want to protest, so I'm thinking, all right, if you want to protest, have a plan, have something. Like, hey, we want to go out because of this, and these are the ways we think could help this along. Don't just be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution. But don't be, I think one of the best memes I have seen on social media representing these protesters and our situation is it's a drawing. It's one of the drawing caricatures, and it has, these people, and they've got all their signs, and we're like, we want to be out. I deserve a haircut. I deserve this. I deserve that. And it's like a mob. And on the other side is a nurse in her scrubs with her mask, holding a sign, and it says, I'll see you soon.
Ooh,
damn. Damn.
That's the realest meme I've seen.
That's beautiful sarcasm right there.
I love that.
And the pictures from, I want to say the pictures I saw were from, it wasn't California. There was another protest, and people driving down the street with their signs out, and this was a real one, and it may have inspired this picture. People driving down the street, these people are hanging out the truck. This lady is cussing. You know she's cussing out of her window, and across the street, standing with his arms crossed in front of her car, is a doctor in his scrubs, just looking at her like,
"You big dummy.
You dummy. At least cuss at me through a mask."
But that's the thing. Once again, people don't get it until they get it. One of my friends, she's now been here from New York before they closed down the New York and everything. And she was telling me that one of her friends is in mental duress right now because the situation is so bad that she has been with a person that passed in the house for over 3 days. It is so bad that they can't even get dead bodies out of people's homes. And I think that when we don't see the reality, when you hear stuff like that, that's a whole nother wake-up call. See, that's not being put on the news, that people are in homes with people that have passed, and they're just telling them, unfortunately, ma'am, we don't have nowhere to put them, so you have to sit with a dead body. And this person sat with a dead body now over 3 days.
That's
I
sickening.
That would mentally, that's like somebody in military. That would mentally mess me up. You know, people have to understand that. And I keep driving home the mental health awareness. I keep driving home because for me personally, me as a musician, as a creative, I put out a project called Inspiration with people verbally saying positive things in music. I constantly try to put out posts. I constantly try to find things because I understand if I need it, then I know a lot more people need it. Yeah. We have to push people to find ways in their own way to be a light and an intellectual, intelligent light. Like you can have intelligence. You don't have to be always rah-rah. You can just give people what they need. People are needing so much love and care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm at a point where like I haven't, seen my sister, my niece, no hugs, no kisses, no real physical outside of us. Really, me seeing y'all, it gets real tricky. Mm-hmm. And I think that is where a lot of times we're forgetting that there are people that are alone and they need support. So this protesting, we got to find a way to show people how to do it right. Right. And we got to, in November, I don't care about nobody else. I've never been as political as I am now, but in November, before November, actually, September, y'all gonna think that I'm running for president. Like, I'm going to be pushed. I'm going to be pushing. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to be making music and songs because I need him not only out of office, but I need everybody to understand before whoever goes in office that they are prepared to be forward with change and not ignorance and stupidity and selfishness. We deal with a president that is completely ignorant and stupid and selfish and very ego-driven. We need someone that is selfless and understands that this is America and we need to be Americans. And we need a new America where Black people are not the virus or lepers. Ooh, nice. That we are equal with everybody else. It is time for us to unite and build a bridge. So I know I'm personally at a point where I'm not fed up. I'm about to push up. I'm ready, take that stand.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Kela.
No, I was just.
I love me some Kela.
All right. So next question. So I have a question, or actually, a question, because I do want to kind of ride off the coattails of what Cabana said. Is that I do feel that in a sense, social media does kind of can skew you either way. To be perfectly honest. Can you name, let's say 3, no more than 5 things that you are doing, each of you, to help yourself stay grounded or stay either you or your kids or your family, something that you are doing or have found is comforting for you to do during this process? Because I know all of us, do you slapping people, Tyrone?
I'm hitting the button. I was ready to answer. I'm hitting the button like Family Feud.
I'm about to say you out there beating people. But to kind of help you through the process, because since we are about to go into a new normal, and I'm sure this is about to be a whole other episode, because I think we're going to need that episode. But what is helping us create our new normal, and what are we doing to stay, mentally sane through this? Go ahead, Tyrone, since you hit the button.
Okay, so the first thing I do is I turn on the news and I laugh at all these dumb people sitting outside protesting for no goddamn reason. And I tell my kids, I'll be like, hey, look, don't be that dumb. That's the first one. It's so fun. You would enjoy it. I promise you. Like, because if you're watching this show, obviously you're a thinker, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're honest, and you're true. You might not be, but we love you for being here. But if you simply just turn on the news, and I'm not a big news watcher, but now I am, because now I'm really trying to figure out why I haven't been watching, because people are stupid, right? Like, they don't pay attention. So that's the first thing I do. I watch and I laugh. more particularly, sorry, but them, because most of us are at home watching them. Anyway, then two, the other thing that I do is I actually watch my kids. Like, I always watch my kids, but I pay attention to even more things now because now I'm constantly with them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm constantly with them. My daughter, she took after me. She's a creative. Like, I didn't realize it. This little girl got a TikTok. I was like, what you doing on TikTok? I have to go through now and like watch everything. She is hilarious. She's a little me. So I do that. Now I done got a software program. I'm about to start getting our YouTube together and everything. That's so much fun. So much fun. And then the third thing that I do in this time is I actually I've learned the art of dating my wife again on a budget.
Okay.
Yes. Because the money goes.
Instigating.
The money gonna run out. The money gonna run out eventually. But well, not over. I ain't gonna talk. Not my money, but somebody money gonna run out, and you're gonna have to think of different things. Like a buddy of mine, his girlfriend's birthday just passed. So what he do? He took the coffee table, put it on the patio, put a nice little drape over it, and had an Oriental style dinner, costing like $50. Ooh, but guess what? That thought, I know she was in heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to learn and have fun thinking of new ideas. Like, I got a third eye. I'm a comedian. I think different.
Right.
Like that right there, those three things, laughing at these crazy motherfuckers, creating and showing and seeing that my kids are creative and creatives. That means I'm doing something right there. I like that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then learning how to really just pique and intrigue my wife's mind to, keep that romance going. Like, if y'all not out here doing that with y'all significant others, if y'all not out here doing that with y'all kids, like I said, the first part, watching these people on news, that's just me. That's comedy. That's me for you. But these little things with your family, man, that's what I'm doing. Those are the three things. So, bam, I win, right?
Who's next?
I go. So
you didn't hit your buzzer.
Oh, boom.
There you go.
So here recently, I've been able to spend a lot more time with my husband, and we've been able to connect more on like a deeper level. Like, we've been married for years now. It'll be 12 years this year, so we make it work. So we've been able to spend more time together, and it's been so much fun. Like, Friday nights, he'll turn like all the different Alexa lights on, and they'll be like different colors. And so we'll have our own concert upstairs by ourselves. Like, he'll have the music going, and we're just kind of randomly finding different songs that we love hearing. And, we'll be up here rocking, like we have drinks flowing or,
Right.
whatever's going on, but he'll have the lights like flashing. Like, I swear we feel like we're in a club, and we just go like having so much fun. Another thing we've been able to do is, focus more on like the yard and doing more yard work because can't really go anywhere. So we've built like this little oasis that we put in our front yard so we can sit out and watch the sunsets and look at the little waterfront ponds over there. And just everybody that walks by, we're sitting outside chilling. They're like, oh my God, that looks so nice. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Keep it moving.
Right, keep it moving.
Wait, listen up to you. And then I'm able to spend more time with my kids and just hang out with them. Like, I've prayerfully started letting them into my kitchen to start cooking and stuff. So this is a hands-on event where I'm there standing over their shoulders, breathing on them, because I've already had one who almost burned down the house trying to fix ramen noodles in the microwave with no water. So, yeah. I'm gonna stand over you, I'm breathing on you, but let's make some brownies together. Like, we can do this together. But I'm really loving this. Like, I'm getting kind of spoiled. I'm gonna feel some type of way when it's time to really go back to work for real. and the kids got to go back to school. Like, dang, man, we had a nice extended spring break / summer. Like, this was really nice. I don't know if I'm going to want to go back to the new normal.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I will say
Hit
that
your buzzer.
for me, I think I haven't found my ways to keep things consistent. I'm probably one of those people who is having a hard time during this quarantine situation. I'm usually busy doing everything, 10, 15 things at one time, but now I have to be more focused in on one thing and trying to figure out what is going to happen in the future, and not having any control of that is making me out of control on the inside of my head. So I'm still trying to figure out things that I can control. I talked to Dizzy, the host. She's right here for me. I talked to her and she told me, just find some things that you can control. If you can't control your environment, at least you can control something. And so what I'm doing every morning, the one thing that I have found is that I can put mascara on. Yeah. I can control putting mascara on every single day. Girly. And so, I think my test right now is just to learn what those things are that I can do every day that's gonna fulfill me, I think, during this quarantine. But I am one of those people that I'm not having an easy time with it. Not to bring the mood down.
No, that's what this platform is for. That's what this platform is for. It's not for us to get up here in front of this camera and be like, we have it all figured out. We all do yoga and run and are eating healthier. Hell no. We're going to tell you what the really real is, and not everybody. And that doesn't mean just because, correct me if I'm wrong, but just because Greg and Candace have found their 3 things, it doesn't mean that they still don't have them days like,
you better believe it.
Mm-hmm.
They still have those days.
Yep.
So.
But that's why we got the squad.
Exactly.
I do look forward to this every single week. It's probably the only day that I look like this.
It's okay.
This is why I call and bug y'all throughout the week. Candace asked me, she hit me back on Messenger. She was like, bro, you needed something? I was like, no. She was like, well, what the fuck are you texting me for? Nothing.
Trying to make dinner with the kids. I didn't have a split second to turn because Dakota was running one way and then she done grabbed pencils off the table, like literally full sprint. Was like, no, you can't run with pencils. And he's over here, he's trying to cut potatoes. I'm like, wait a minute, move your fingers out of the way.
All around damage control. All around. That's motherhood. That's motherhood. Cabana, what are your 3 things?
Well, first of all,
hit your button. Hit your button. I'm sick of this. Hit your damn it. Y'all not listening.
You need to look over this in the
back.
Okay? We need to buy him a buzzer. He needs a buzzer. We need to get him.
I need a damn buzzer.
Okay, I buzzed in.
Okay, we listening.
Okay, so let me say this before I get into my top 3. Kela, I do believe that this is the greatest moment in time for you to do a YouTube channel. Not only are you extraordinarily stunning, but you're intelligent and you're fabulous. And the way you have set up even this screen, people would follow you, ladies will follow you because you give energy, you give life. You're that girl that people want to get to know better. So I think that you need to study the YouTube channel, get your makeup tutorials, your hair tutorials, because I think that God usually opens a door and puts a ram in the bush for those that really want to see one. And so I felt it as soon as you said it. I was like, well, she should do that because I'm telling you, it's a natural gift. Even looking at your setup right now, that setup is great. And you have so many young ladies and women coming to you like, yo, I love how you did that hair. How can I do it? Blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, numbers on numbers on numbers. So I'm going to come out of that.
Thank you.
And go to my 3.
I will have my daughter watching that.
Right. True facts. Super fact. There you go. All right. The first thing, you know, for me is I expect, I believe, I receive. You know, Mark 11:24. And I tell people, even if you're not saved, just take it as words of inspiration. Like it's just a book. You know what I mean? Because I understand balance, and that's my thing. I never want to push anybody away. I want people to take on wisdom as much as important as possible, because I feel like it's important. So I expect, I believe, I receive. If you ask for anything in prayer and believe that you receive it, it will be yours. That's Mark 11:24. So if you ask for anything and you believe it in prayer and you believe that you received it, it will be yours. So I wake up every morning and I go in my closet. Like literally, I took clothes out of my closet and it's my war room. I suggest anybody to go watch the movie War Room. Don't think religious. Don't think spiritual. Just watch the movie and pull from it what you want. But I go in my war room and I put up requests and prayers, and I have time. So for me, a person that is not saved, I would say treat it like, you know, a pep rally for yourself. Go in the mirror, talk to yourself, tell yourself the things that you want to do, push yourself. Because me being single without a husband, wife, babies, dogs, it is super hard. And I get plenty of times where I'm depressed. So I have to wake up and I do that and I go work out for 20 minutes. That's my first thing. Every month, my second thing is, you know, it's time to date me. Dating me means writing goals. Last night I watched Duh. I watched Blade, and I watched Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I had my peach ice cream that Dizzy sent me. I had my meal.
I ain't get no damn
I
ice
began
cream.
to understand, like today is manicure day. I'm gonna run a bath. I'm gonna do my nails and my feet. I'm going to sit in front of my window and write poetry. You have to date yourself. And even people that are, you know, married, you have to date yourself as an individual. Find a way to connect back with you, because that's really, really important. And then the last thing for me is, let me not get emotional, because I am a very emotional person. But you cannot give up on faith, on hope. You can't give up on the impossible. When you give up on things that are possible, you're already dead. Life is about being a dreamer and making your dreams come to pass. So I always try to remind people, I don't care what it looks like. If it's dark outside, as long as it's not dark inside, your mind, your heart, your spirit, then you will live on forever. And when it's time to close your eyes, it won't be closing your eyes to darkness. It will be closing your eyes to a standard of excellence that you didn't give up. So my three things are all very, very mental, because I believe if you don't promote yourself, love yourself, push yourself, you are already dead. And it's not easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be able to do it right now. So I do this daily, and those are my three things.
All right, Cabana. All right,
Goodbye.
Buzz.
See, thank you, Dizzy. Thank you.
I don't want to get fussed at, you know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
I don't, well, one, I don't have as much time on my hands as maybe some of the rest of y'all, because I do work now. Well, we've switched our schedules. So I have every 3 weeks off, and then in between I work 6-hour shifts. So the time that I do have, when I'm home with my kids and my husband and so on and so forth, I have found that these Instagram DJs going live are making my life right now. Because if all of you don't know, I feed, live, and breathe hip hop.
Hip
I
hop.
listen to everything except for country. But and there's like 3 country songs I think I like. But hip hop, I need it. I need music. I need hip hop. I need soul. I need all of that. And it fuels me. It fuels me. It fuels my thought process. It fuels my mood and so on. And look, maybe this is a shameless plug for him. I don't know, but every like Friday and Saturday night, I'm listening to DJ D Nice. Yeah, he does the club quarantine, and then after him, he like passes the torch to DJ Sus One or something like that. I don't know how to say his name, but I go to him after that because DJ Nice tells me to. So that's the after party that I go to. Both of them, you don't know what you're getting. You can go in there one night and it's 90s hip hop. You can go in there the next night, they playing 80s, a pop. The next night it's all soul, all of that. So that and those battles that Timbaland and Swizz Beatz are setting up, man, it was everything.
Erykah Badu, Jill Scott.
Yes, the day before Mother's Day. Yes. Yes. So, I mean, of course, I got massive laughter off of Teddy Riley and Babyface.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I laughed so bad, but when it actually worked, it's like all those eras and emotions that came through when they were playing those songs, and then when I got to watch DJ Premier and the RZA go back, man, oh my God! I mean,
that was epic.
That was epic. So my husband and I, no lie, see, this. My husband and I, when those are about to come on, when we're getting ready, we make sure our iPads are charged up. My phone is plugged in our room. We have the Alexa lights too, Candace. We got the Alexa lights going. And my husband and I usually my husband doesn't drink, so I'm drinking by myself. But we're like sitting next to each other playing like Mahjong on our iPads and listening to the music. And every once in a while, he'll break out singing something, and then I'll break out singing something, and then we'll end up talking about the time where we were when we first heard that song and what happened, and I don't know who we were dating and what I used to drive. And I mean, just like y'all said, kind of dating again. He knows all this stuff, but we're just kind of relighting that again. So those date nights help. My children, my son is gonna be a hell of a chef. I agree with Candace. My son will Google stuff on Tasty and all of those websites and be like, and text me like, hey, do we have any of this, and this in the house? I want to make this. And he'll send it to me. I will season food in the morning. My son will throw it in the air fryer and the food is ready by the time I get home. My son, wow. I mean, he loves to cook. So that's pretty dope. And just kind of seeing, being in the house quarantined with a new teenager is different. He's a new teenager. So it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. I want to be silly. I want to be grown, and then, Ma, get off me, but you cuddled up under me an hour later. It's so weird. But kind of getting to know him more as a boy, you know what I mean? I guess that's weird, but kind of getting.
No, that's powerful.
It's always him and his dad. They're at basketball practice, football practice, basketball game, football game, going to the gym, doing all that stuff that the other side, the mental health part of it, kind of talking to him and making sure that he's handling this whole change well. That's been good for our relationship. And my daughter, who is mini me, I'm starting to find out not just the crazy parts of her, but I'm seeing that like other little idiosyncrasies that I have, I'm picking them up. I'm watching and I'm like, I didn't know you do that too, or whatever. So like last night, we all sat on the couch now in their playroom, and we watched and we played. YouTube has like videos of quizzes that you can do. So you just find like kids quizzes or whatever, and the YouTube person will like ask you a question and then give you guys 10
Oh,
seconds
yeah.
to answer it or whatever. So we were in there doing that. I mean, they'll show you blank screens and you got to guess cartoon characters just off the voice, or they'll play a theme song, you know, to a cartoon and you got to guess the theme song. And we were in there cracking up because I didn't know she recognized that much music. Like, she knows the music. She's like, oh, that's from so-and-so, or that's from this cartoon. And I'm like, yo, when did you watch that cartoon? Because you didn't watch it with me. Oh, I watched it with Xavier. I mean, just watching all of that, it just kind of keeps me grounded. Just all of them, learning more about them. And then that, so I guess my family, those are all kind of 1 and 2, but parenting my parents keeps me grounded because the roles have totally reversed. Let me find out they left the house and went somewhere. I am fucked. The only place you're supposed to go is to pick up your medication. If you need something, I'm gonna order it on Instacart and send it to you. If I'll drop whatever it is by, keep your butt in the house. Mama don't listen, always want to ride somewhere, but just knowing that I'm able to be there for my parents if they need me for something, dropping it off, hey, come pick this up, doing Zoom calls with them so they can see the grandkids. You know, it's all of that is just trying to keep a sense of normalcy for them. So I'm kind of like, if they're okay, I'm okay. Long as they're okay, I'm okay. So that's been for me. But I wanted to, that's kind of how I wanted to end this show, to say, we all don't have it together. We all don't. Because I guarantee you, there's some days I'm like, Jesus, you know. I will, if you want, we can go back around, say your last words, and then we can be out. But I definitely wanted you guys to share what you were doing. So, last words. Cue Candace. That's way. or me anyway. Cool Candace. Any last thoughts?
Wait. Hit my buzzer.
Hell yeah.
Just telling people, y'all, please stay safe out there. Like, if you don't have to go out, don't. Like, if you can order it online and have it delivered, you know, thank your delivery driver, whether it's favor or somebody that's bringing you food, or your Amazon driver, because I have way more stuff in my Amazon cart than I'm ashamed to say. But just do your best to keep your distance from people. Try and keep your head. Do everything with your family if you can. Try to see the bright side of things. Go outside, enjoy the sunshine in your front yard or your backyard, and then take your butt back in the house. But y'all continue to live and love life, and hopefully we'll all make it out of this alive.
That's right. Tyrone Greggory, what you got for me?
Okay. First off, let me say, going back to what you said about parenting your parents, I love your mom. She is like our biggest fan. I love her so much. She is so dope. But no, what I want to tell everybody out there that's watching, listen, everything we talked about is so honest, it's so real, and it's deep to our hearts because we care about you all as much as we care about ourselves and our families. Wear your masks. Literally. If you have to go out, even if you're going to your routine spots, please wear your mask. Please, 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 please. Matter of fact, if this is okay, Disney, I would like everybody to drop a picture of your mask. And I guarantee every week I will have a different mask and I will enjoy looking at y'all masks. I promise you. But other than that, I just want y'all to love, push positivity, and just stay healthy, man.
All right. Mr. Cabana.
The word is now. Do it now. Be happy now. Be blessed now. Be silly now. Have fun now. Live your life now. Do it now.
All right. Miss Kela.
I can't add nothing to that.
You can't.
I can't add nothing to that.
All right, so this is gonna wrap up episode 6 of What You Got to Say. I guess at the end of the day, our general thoughts are, sure, it's okay to protest. Whether you want to kneel, or I guess if you want to walk around with an assault rifle, you need to find a way to get your message across in a positive manner so that people are actually willing to listen and not look at you like a fool. I wish everyone the best of health, regardless if you are protesting or anti-protesting or believe in the virus or don't believe in the virus, wearing a mask, not wearing a mask. I just ask that you be safe and be cognizant of others. Now. All right. Peace.